Hey, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life and your host of the I Heart My Life show. Today we have episode 82, 3 ways to stop living in fear and not let fear take over. So I'm recording this episode because of the amount of questions I'm getting about the coronavirus. People are asking me how to handle things happening in their life and their business that are really stretching them and causing them to lose faith or go into fear, especially around money. So I had someone in one of my programs message me today asking how to not go into fear around scarcity and lack when people are canceling contracts, when people are putting a pause on certain opportunities. I know a lot of our audience, they host events. Maybe you're a speaker and you go and you speak at events. So I don't know what your situation is, but I know a lot of people are feeling the stress around everything that's happening in the world right now. So today's episode is all about the 3 ways to stop living in fear. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I want to say first and foremost, I'm not an expert on this topic. Okay, so I only know exactly what the rest of you know. We're all being fed the same information. Some of it is probably true, some of it is probably not, and it's hard to differentiate between what is the truth and what isn't. But my first tip to stop living in fear is to really focus on the facts, not the opinions of others. And so one of the main reasons why things like this get out of control is because there are people sharing things that aren't actually true. There are people who are taking things to an extreme level. For example, going and buying tons of toilet paper so there's no toilet paper left in the grocery stores. Now, this is not a disease that makes people need a lot of toilet paper. It's not affecting stomachs and bowels as far as I know. And so where that came from, obviously toilet paper is one of those necessities, but where that came from, I'm not really sure. I understand the antibacterial hand gel and all the disinfectant wipes and all of that. I understand the hysteria around that. But the toilet paper thing is a little bit beyond me. But anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just paying attention to what, in particular, the state of California is telling me. My husband normally shares some of the bigger, more international updates with me because I actually don't ever read the news or listen to the news. So he normally informs me about all of that. In particular, I'm paying attention to the state of California and what they're telling us to do. At the time that I'm recording this episode, we've been informed that they advise that all events over 250 people be canceled or postponed. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, we're going back and forth because we have a retreat next week. So we have people coming in from all over the United States for our mastermind retreat. And it's here in California. Now, it's not with 250 people, but you start to question, should I be canceling this? Should I not be canceling it? But until the state of California tells me to stay in my house and not do things like go to the grocery or attend Soul Cycle or host a retreat, I'm going to continue to move forward as planned. Now, I've been incredibly hygienic and vigilant about keeping clean. Not that we shouldn't ever not do that anyway. We should always be clean and practice good hygiene. But I have been very adamant about that and conscious about just making sure that I'm constantly washing my hands, being really careful to not put my hands near my face, all of that stuff. But like I said, I'm just focused on what my state in particular is telling me is safe or not safe to do and following that information. So I know that there was an article recently written in The Atlantic where it suggested that we cancel everything, including flights, not actually go outside, all of that. And I understand that we are wanting to stop the spread of this virus. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it's time to go that far because we haven't actually heard that from the authorities who have the power to put that in place. So like I said, I'm taking all of my information and all of my guidance from the state of California in terms of what's right for me right now in the place that I live. And then in terms of our clients, we are putting that in their hands. They get to decide if they want to fly or not. Either way, we'll be 1,000,000% supportive of them. And we will roll with whatever comes our way, which leads me to number 2. So my personal opinion is that we cannot live in fear because there's always a lesson that's happening. And when we're stuck in fear, we actually miss out on that lesson. And so the way in which I'm no longer living in fear and I'm not letting fear take over in this point in time is to focus on all of the opportunities that are right in front of me. So let me give you a tangible example. We had a client who needed to cancel an event that was supposed to move forward due to state regulations and restrictions. And at first, she was really upset about this, of course, rightly so. But then she started to realize that there was another opportunity available for her. The opportunity to live stream the event, the opportunity to include more people. And so I always believe that every challenge is literally acting as our coach. It's creating a strength within us that wouldn't otherwise be there. And it's the same thing with this. Just like any other illness or virus, once you fight it off, then you are stronger. And so I look at this as an opportunity for me personally, as well as us as a company at I Heart My Life, to grow even stronger and to get more creative with what we are capable of and also the way in which we do business. I got to tell you, I've never been more grateful to have an incredible opportunity to work from home and to run an online business and to make money from a website and not actually have to be out there in person. I know I really feel for all the airlines in particular. So all of the people who are now being laid off. So my brother-in-law in particular, he actually has had a pay decrease because of everything that's going on. I know that there's a lot of pilots who are actually flying empty planes so that the airlines can keep their spots in the sky, essentially, along all these routes. And so there's a lot of stuff going on that most people aren't realizing is happening. And so I like to look at this opportunity for me in particular. Number one, be grateful that I do have the opportunity to stay home and work and do my work in the online space, and also recognize that this is an opportunity for us as a company to challenge ourselves and ask ourselves, okay, well, how can we do things differently? Like if this were to happen again, heaven forbid, what do we need to do to set ourselves up for success? And so it's really an opportunity to grow stronger, at least in my particular situation. And I see that for us as a collective as well, to grow stronger and to actually come together to fight this off and to be willing to do whatever it takes so that this doesn't happen again, and so that we're prepared, and so that things start to change. And so I really see that with every challenge. If we go into fear, we miss the lesson, and it's actually far more exhausting to be in fear than to be in, okay, let's just take a look at this. Let's look at this intellectually. Let's also look at this creatively. What can we do to be different, to show up differently, to reach more people in a different way, to have a different segment to our business, a different element to our business, something else that we offer. And so regardless of the challenge, I want you to think about it in that way instead of going into fear, which ultimately causes you to either, fight, to go into flight and flee, or to just shut down. Okay. And none of those things are actually useful. So let's really get creative. Then step 3, or the third way where I highly recommend you stop living in fear and not let fear take over, is just to really trust yourself and to know your power. And that really goes along with number 2. When you trust yourself and you know that you are destined for success, you know you are destined for greatness and nothing is going to get you down, then you don't have anything to worry about. You know that you are fully supported, whether you believe in God, the universe, anything, or even just yourself. You know that you are fully supported and you are capable of achieving huge things. So when you have that trust within, nothing can stop you. So even in your darkest moments, even in those periods of time where you know that, you're scared of certain things, you know that you're going to bounce back. You know that you're capable of doing big things. So I know for me personally, one of the biggest challenges of my life was when we had a certain number of clients leave one of our programs all at the same time. And that resulted in a $100,000 loss for my company. And due to the fact that there is a family history of bankruptcy in my family, because I am from a long line of entrepreneurs, that was always one of my fears. But I ultimately realized that I was capable of bouncing back. And even if that were to happen, I would just recreate our company, and I'd probably do it much faster because I would know what I was doing. The same thing happened to one of my coaches. He talks openly about being embezzled for $5 million, and his contract actually didn't allow him to keep all of the people on his email list either, on his contact list. And so he was left with nothing. But he got creative, just like we talked about earlier. He got creative and he realized, you know what? It says that I can't contact these people professionally. It doesn't say anything about personally. And so he was able to reach out to one of the people on his list who was a personal friend anyway. And that person was able to help him implement something that got him back on his feet. And he rebuilt his business in a year. And I think that's such a powerful reminder of the power of the human spirit. And for us to know that we are completely safe and we are capable, we have to truly trust ourselves and trust that regardless of what life throws at us, because it does throw some doozies, we are going to be fine. We are going to thrive. We are going to come back stronger than ever. And I know that it seems challenging right now, and it definitely is. I know that people are actually dying. I know that this is really difficult to go through. And I'm really, really sending so much love out there to all of the people who are experiencing this firsthand. And a lot of us are, but we really aren't. We don't have the illness. Our loved ones don't have it. And so again, I don't want to make light of this situation, but I want us to really understand, regardless of the challenge, we can use all of these points to move through it and recognize that we can truly overcome anything. And developing that trust within yourself, it really makes you so resilient, and nothing can rattle you because you know what you're capable of and you know what you're meant for. And that's really what I always come back to, is I know what I'm meant for. I know I didn't come this far to only come this far. Nothing's going to get me down. And this challenge and all the challenges that have come before it, although they've been a bit different, they're just making me stronger. They're making us stronger as a company. They're helping us work together. And I know that there's a reason for all of it. And I think ultimately we have to keep that in mind. I have no idea what the reason is. I don't like the fact that people have had to die for this reason, but I know that there must be some sort of reason. Everything that happens in our lives, at least I'll speak for myself, everything that's happened in my life thus far, when I've gone through the biggest challenges, they end up being good things in the end. It ends up being something I'm grateful for. And I know I'm not going to go up to someone who has a relative or themselves, they have the virus, and say that, because that's a little bit insensitive, but that's truly what I found in my own life. From something as small as moving the date of an event to something as big, at least in our business, to losing those clients and that amount of money, there's always a reason, there's always a lesson, and it does develop that strength within us to be able to go to the next level. Because the truth is right now, we're capable of what we're experiencing, but all of that challenge, it makes us stronger, just like lifting weights, just like working out. And so if you're someone who wants to go to the next level, if you're someone who wants to achieve greatness and do big things, then you're going to have to get stronger, because it's going to require more of you. It's going to require the next level version of you. So I think it's so important that we remain calm, we remain in trust around what we know we're meant for, especially when it comes to money, and allow all of this to help us get creative about what our future holds, about how we move through this situation, about the type of business that we run, about what it looks like to truly live a life that's better than our dreams. And what is it going to take for us to be more prepared to handle something like this in the future, okay? And so if you are looking to create your own business, if you are looking to go to the next level, I would love to support you in making that happen. Like I said, I've never been more grateful to be able to work from home and to be able to impact people in this way, like here on this show, through all of our courses, through all of our programs, everything that we do. I know that we're going to start doing more live streaming of our events and all of our experiences so people around the world can truly be a part of them, even when something like this happens. So if you are looking for more support in creating a life and business better than your dreams, I invite you to book a call with my team. So they're very skilled at helping you pinpoint what sort of support you actually need and which one of our programs or experiences will be the right fit for you. So all you have to do is go to iHeartMyLifeBooking.com and they'll share all the information with you. and obviously get clear on what it is that you want to achieve so we can find the perfect fit for what you're looking for. And I hope it goes without saying, but if you're not the right fit for what we have to available or what we have to offer, that's totally okay. We just want to support you in getting clear on what the next steps are towards that big picture vision, towards that life that you want to create, towards that online business that allows you to work from anywhere so that you are no longer in the place where you are reliant on a job that could cut you at any time. You are making money on behalf of your dreams, not someone else's. So go to iHeartMyLifeBooking.com and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. And until the next episode, sending so much love to everyone affected by the virus. And please keep the faith and remember that we are all in this together, and be kind to one another and continue to move forward with your dreams regardless of the situation. Talk to you soon. I hope you loved today's episode. I know it's a very sensitive time and sensitive topic, but I hope you can see that these 3 steps can help you move through any challenge or anxiety or fear that you're facing today. And if you want to work with us further to move forward on your dream business so that you can make money for yourself, go to iHeartMyLifeBooking.com. And quick reminder, make sure that you subscribe to the I Heart My Life show so you're the first one to hear all the new episodes. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to the I Heart My Life show. For more inspiration, success tips, and ways to achieve your life and business goals, definitely follow me on Facebook and Instagram on I Heart My Life Now. See you next time.